Now, we don't know who this woman is back there. Although there are some people who think that's supposed to be either Claudia or representative of Claudia. That makes me a little unsure, because that woman kept mentioning her daughter and the life of a girl she took. So there's also people that think that might be Dahlia, the antagonist from the first game, which sounds like it could be reasonable. Now, also what's important that I want to note is that depending on the reaction you give that woman can affect the ending of the game. So that's why I chose not to forgive her. There's a particular ending I'm going for. Maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. We are going to run from that. I don't think there's anything in here. So we're just going to let you be. Now we're on the other side where this gurney was. Is this a person? Not quite, maybe. I don't feel like pulling back the sheets to see. Okay, there's a door in front of us. But look, there's an insane cancer on the floor over there. And there's also one over there. Well, let's try this door. It's locked. Now, can I get around you? Probably not. Alright. And what do we have in here? It's a lap blanket. I don't think I'll need it. I'm not cold. Some handgun bullets. The shelves are covered with file folders and boring books. There's no useful information here as far as I can tell. There is a cassette tape. And that's that symbol. There are a bunch of papers in this file. I get the feeling that it's a handwritten copy of some book. This represents the deity known as the Halo of the Sun. In heraldry, symbolizes a religious group. 2 outer circles are charity and resurrection. The 3 inner circles are present, past, and future. Usually drawn in red, occasionally drawn in black or other colors, but blue reverses the meaning into a curse on God, and therefore is forbidden. Yeah, that's the save symbol we've been looking at most of the game. Alright, now those insane cancers are going to be right there. Kick. Kick them. Okay, I went through that a little too fast. There's a wheelchair here. Should have took my time and read that, but pretty much what she was saying was the wheelchair reminds her of the one back in the hospital. There are numbers on the wall here. To the best of my knowledge, those numbers don't mean anything. Okay, make sure you deflate. Now, do you hear that? Do you see that? Crying and footsteps heading towards this painting. There's a picture here of an angel flying into the heavens. Nothing special. I get the feeling there's something behind this picture, though. The girl's cries and footsteps disappear beyond it after all. Will we move the picture of the angel? Sure we will. Now, if you remember in the first game, there were footprints and cries for us to follow as well. Ooh, and there's a big version of the holy symbol painted into the ground here. This circle means reincarnation. That's what's said on the paper back there. So death isn't the end. Pretty good deal if you ask me. Thanks to reincarnation, I died as Alessa, but I'm still living as myself. But you know, just the thought of it is starting to turn my stomach. Saint Nicholas, miraculous hands, a doctor of God. So this is another important painting. Some people think that it is symbolic of Dr. Kaufman from the first game. Honestly, I'm kind of inclined to agree. St. Jennifer, unwavering faith under death's blade. This one I'm not too sure about. Could it be symbolic of Lisa the nurse? Or is it maybe someone else? Now over here we have Saint Alessa, the mother of God and the daughter of God. This picture, that's me. I'm holding the baby, and I'm the baby being held. The me that wanted death and disappeared with God 17 years ago. And the me here and now that sought life. Now this, you're probably going to have trouble seeing. But there's some creature down there, walking back and forth in whatever that is, whatever that little crawl space is. This is covered with a sheet. Nope, I won't even peek. I'm pretty sure that little creature scuttering around down there is also Patelli. Alright, we're in a bad place. But this is where we want to be going. Check out some of these doors. Oh, what was that? Oh, hi! That right there is a new enemy that we meet down here. This is called the Scraper. Scrapers look a lot like the missionary boss that we fought way back. Chances are they're similar, if not the same creatures, but the Scrapers don't seem as large, and their heads don't seem to have that big that big sack over them. These books look like real mind benders. I think I'll leave them alone for now. There's a book on tarot here. Tarot was based on the 22 Hebrew consonants and is said to represent the entire world. Each card numbered 0 through 21 has a particular meaning. By reading these cards, fortune tellers predict the future. For example, the first card, Magician, signifies creation, wisdom, beginnings, or destruction and fraud. The second card, the High Priestess, denotes intuition, harmony, faith, or dogmatism and arrogance. According to some texts, the Gardner deck had more than 22 cards. The Gardner deck does not exist today. It is mentioned only in the literature. It is said these extra cards were based on lost Hebrew vowels and denoted otherworldly transcendental existences, i.e. God. Got the Moon Tarot card. Ooh. It's Vincent again.
Hiya, Heather.
You show up everywhere, don't you?
You make me sound like some kind of unwanted pest.
Well, who are you anyway?
Haven't you realized that yet?
Yeah, you're on Claudia's side.
I told you not to put me in the same category as that mad woman.
Well, you're pretty loony yourself.
It's true. We believe in the same God. But I'm quite sane.
So why did you help me out then? Was that also part of trying to resurrect God?
It's not uncommon for people to worship the same God and still disagree.
God? Are you sure you don't mean devil?
Whichever you like. The point is that now I really am on your side. I don't want God to be born. Wouldn't be convenient. Much too unpredictable.
So you've been using me to stop Claudia, is that it? Do your own dirty work.
My dirty work? I think we both had our own interests in mind. You hate her too, don't you? You're the only one who can get it done. I don't have powers like you two. Besides, I always hated getting all hot, sweaty.
Oh, really?
I'm just looking out for myself. Everyone does it. Don't stand there looking so smug. You're the worst person in this room. You come here and enjoy spilling their blood and listening to them cry out. You feel excited when you step on them and snuff out their lives.
Are you talking about the monsters?
Monsters? They look like monsters to you?
Oh no.
Don't worry. It's just a joke. By the way, I forgot to ask you. Did you get the seal of Metatron?
What's that?
You don't have it? Leonard was carrying it.
You mean this thing?
Yes, that's it. As long as we have that, we're fine. Here, take this.
I've got the book, Otherworld Laws. So we're going to take a moment just to kind of talk about what just happened there. Vincent made a comment along the lines of, they look like monsters to you. And a lot of people have inferred that to mean that the people that we meet in Silent Hill are seeing different things. Heather is seeing monsters that she has to fight and kill, while perhaps Vincent and Claudia are seeing different things. And some people have taken that to mean that Heather is actually going around murdering normal people, and they just look like monsters to her. They also try to suggest the same about James and Harry. I am wholly not of that belief. I think that is a lot of not projection, but that's a lot of bending. I think that's a lot of bending of trying to get the game to fit a concept they have for it than what the game itself is going for. Now, Vincent actually did something similar to Heather back in the rooftop offices. He kind of got nasty and aggressive with her, and then when she started to get, she started to get kind of tough with him, he was kind of like, hey, no big deal. It's not a problem. But here I'm not too sure about that, because it seemed like he was mad at her. And he was trying to, get nasty back with her. But when he saw the effect that it was having on her, that's when he backed down. So, remember, Vincent still has goals that he needs her to accomplish for him. So, of course, he didn't want to really off-put her that she was going around doing something horrible like killing normal people. But at the same point, when he says, it's just a joke, I don't think he was being quite honest there. I think he was trying to soothe and smooth things over. So, I'm going to repeat a line from the Hellraiser films that I think fits in fairly well here, especially when you consider that Vincent finds this whole place fascinating and enjoys spending his time in this other world. The phrase goes something like, demons to some, angels to others. So even though I think everyone's seeing the same thing, I don't think they're reacting to it the same way. So let's look at the book, Otherworld Laws. And you know what? Let's also change now. This magic square, with strong protective and dispelling properties, is called the Virum Seven Crest, or the Seal of Metatron. It will bring results regardless of whether the target is good or evil. Its strength, therefore, places a very high burden on the caster, as it is also difficult to control. It is not usually used. This is why it bears the name Metatron, after the angel Metatron, or Metatron, also known as the Agent of God. That was the same seal that Alessa was using in the very first game, to try to seal herself into the other world and prevent the god from being born. Tome of the Seer. Sounds like an occult book. I don't need this. I don't need this now. It's not my tastes anyway. There's a sheet of paper here, but it's blank. Yep, these books like real mind benders. There's more to read around here. Where is it? These books look like real mind now. Silent Hill's Ancient Gods, a study of their entomology and evolution. What a mouthful. And that in the bottom left corner sure looks like how Alessa did at the end of the first Silent Hill. And that creature up there in the top right sure looks like the boss we fight at the end of the first Silent Hill. There is no religion that has remained unchanged from the moment it was founded. This one is no exception. When this religion fell into the hands of immigrants, it was deeply influenced by their own original Christian beliefs. For example, the traditional representatives of these primal gods may be given the names and descriptions of Christian angels. Thus, shared characteristics began to appear. There's also one rare example of the chief deity, the creator of paradise, or the lord of reeds and serpents, being dubbed with a demon's name. Of course, this was not done by believers, but by their opponents. So, there has been an argument for a while now whether or not the god in Silent Hill is called Samael. Now, Samael has a real-world equivalent and a history behind it, and the argument has come down to whether or not that name connects to the fictional god here for Silent Hill. I am of the opinion that it is a name used for that god, even though it is not the name of that god itself. Like in the first game, we were told that the Mark of Samael was being used, when in reality it was the symbol of Metatron that was being used. Here it's saying that even though the god has its own titles, it was given a demon's name. So I tend to be just fine with calling the god of Silent Hill Samael, just because that is the name that is used for it, even if it is not the biblical Samael. Alright, so let's keep moving around. Now, did I get all the doors up here? Yes. But there's something here that's not a door. And I don't remember if this escaped me the first few times I went through here. But this is an elevator. Oh, this looks like a friendly place. You gotta be careful around here, because I'm pretty sure there are some powerful monsters waiting to cause trouble. Ugh. This is not a good place. There's nothing worthwhile here. I do that all the time. I miss the descriptive text by pressing buttons. The Hanged Man tarot card. Doors open. Inside there's someone wrapped in a bag. Maybe, no, they're definitely dead. Shotgun shells. All these bodies on the floor, wrapped in plastic. What a nightmare. I'm glad they don't seem to be about to get up anytime soon. Oh, wow, what do we have here? This looks like Harry's bedroom. This room looks just like Dad's. It's more than just a resemblance. Dad's not sleeping in the bed, though. Yeah, quite frankly, it looks like something either got up and walked out or was dragged out. Alright, nothing happens with the TV or the VCR. There's clearly a book there. Let's try to grab that book. Okay. This writing, is this Dad's diary? Why would it be here? Sometimes I have the sense, even now, that that girl is a reincarnation of Alessa. I don't worry about it much now. That's all forgiven. You were never unloved, Cheryl. Or was that Alessa? Now Cheryl is Alessa again. No matter whose reincarnation she may have been, that girl was my most beloved treasure. But that name was a mistake. At the time I thought of her only as a replacement for my lost Cheryl. When she knows the truth, will she feel bad? That's what worries me. Thanks, Dad. So I was Alessa after all. But I do have just a trace of one more memory left. I haven't forgotten my sweet and gentle mother. So that's another comment that's gotten some people's attention. Like, what does she mean, her sweet and gentle mother? Now, some people might think that it means Dahlia. But Dahlia wasn't exactly sweet or gentle. Some people want to take it to mean Sybil from the first Silent Hill game. trying to make some sort of connection between the good plus ending being possible, although I kind of doubt that. It may, and this is, me maybe reaching a little bit, that she just means Harry's wife. Alright. Stun gun batteries. Lock's broke. Oh, no, no, no. We're not playing this game. I'm just going to shoot you. You can see, from there you can see the scrapers look very, very similar to the missionary. I'm pretty sure there's another one. There he is. Anything else around here? Well, not here, but there's a lot more doors to check over there. Stomp him. Make sure he's dead. Maybe Vincent was right. Maybe I do enjoy killing these things a little too much. But you gotta make sure they're dead. You can't have these jerks showing back up. Oh, hello. Well, I guess I know where we're going. Now, there are pendulums around here. Pendulums are bad. The scrapers are the real problem. Yeah, I hear roaring. So the question is that monster roaring or just ambient noise? Oh, hello. Closer's bad. Every monster bad. Okay. Let's see what's at the end of this hallway. Oh, there's crying. There's footsteps. Well, it looks like they're going into the wall. And what have we found? We found your old hospital room. Hang on. There's some kind of drug here. There's just a name on the label. No description or anything. It's too risky. Never mind. Yeah, don't be just grabbing at drugs you don't know. There's something stuck in the book. It's the Fool Tarot card. This book, I feel like I have to read it, but at the same time I don't want to. Galapagos? Red liquid or crystals resembling blood. According to the Kabbalah, The name is taken from an herb with the power to dispel evil spirits. It is said to grow in Arabian deserts. It may be vaporized or applied as a poultice to guard against demons. It is powerful, but it is rare. It is extremely difficult to obtain. Now, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but a Galapagos was the medicine, drug, potion that Kaufman used to pull the demon out of Alessa. There's a picture of me when I was 7. I look bored and sad. Well, of course I do. I was always like that back then. More ample, thank you. There's a picture here. It's not my style at all. Kind of looks familiar. Maybe like a man on the beach, or a woman laying on a rock on the beach. I don't know art. I only know what I like. Uh-oh. Something out here. Oh, hello. You just die. I don't even have to fight. I just want to get past you so I can show people what's over there. Alright, you're deflating. So it might be a little hard to see, but there's our buddy Valtali over there. And just above him look like a pair of legs hang out from under a red curtain. We saw something like that in the very opening cutscene. Not even the opening cutscene, the attract mode for this game. And some people believe that is supposed to be Cheryl and Alessa. And given the evidence presented during the game, I can see why they would think that. Vitali over here is supposed to be some sort of caretaker for the god. So he may very well even now be watching over their bodies. Another one. Well, you we can probably run past. Run past you guys as well. Try to run past. Hey, we did pretty good. Okay. Which way haven't I gone yet? Behind us. Lock's broken. And now look where we are. This is Alessa's bedroom. Got a brass key. It's also a save point. Might as well take a look at that real quick. No, it wasn't me. Alessa wrote this a long time ago. That chapel altar. It wasn't that beautiful chapel. It was some other altar somewhere else.